So if you're looking for a home with a little bit of space, you don't want to be crammed in next to your neighbor, then I figured today I wanted to give you a tour of some different neighborhoods that you might want to consider if you're looking to live in the Pace Milton area and you want a little bit more than half an acre and more. So come with me, let's jump into the computer so I can show you around. Alrighty, so I've got my map pulled up and I wanted to show you and give you an idea of some different neighborhoods if you are feeling like you want a little bit of land. Because back when I moved here in 2005, it seemed like most of the builders would do a quarter acre as a minimum. And then over time, that's just gotten like smaller and smaller and smaller. And so a lot of times I get phone calls from people that are like, hey, I want to move to the area, but I don't want to be crammed up on my neighbor, because what the builders are doing now is patio home lots. And patio home lots are great for somebody that doesn't want a lot of yard. They don't want a lot of yard maintenance. And so they might not mind a smaller yard. It could be maybe a retired couple or a family just starting off. But a lot of people don't want that small, tight patio home lot. So a lot of people will sometimes ask me like, hey, is there any chance, like, is there anything in the area for with half an acre to an acre? And so I figured we'd make this video today to talk about homes with half an acre to just an acre or just a little bit more in the Pace and Milton area. Okay, so let me start by zooming out so that you can kind of have a lay of the land of where we're at here. So we've got Highway 90 here coming into Pace, and then Highway 90 runs all along here and then goes through Milton, and you've got the Blackwater River right here. And so basically, if you live over on this side of the river, that's going to be what we consider East Milton. So this first neighborhood is going to be Cottonwood. And this neighborhood is a gated community. It is a very strict HOA. So I definitely want to throw that out, because some people don't want to be in an HOA. And if you don't want to be in an HOA, that's okay. But this is a beautiful neighborhood. So this is the Cottonwood neighborhood right here. You would come in off of Anderson. And then there is also a back gate area that comes in back over here. So it's a beautiful community. The gates are usually open during the day and then they close in the evening. Everybody is very well kept. Most of the homes in there are half acre lots. And so I figured also on the tour today, I would give you an example of some different homes. So this one here is for sale right now on Iron Gate Boulevard, $355,000 for a 2,200 square foot home. That is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. And as you can see, it's on just over half an acre. So that would definitely be a neighborhood that I would suggest considering if you want a little bit of space. Another neighborhood is going to be basically right across the street from that, is going to be over here, Antelope Street. So let me show you on the map. So let's look up Antelope Street. Antelope Street, Milton, Florida. Okay, so we were just over here looking at this side here is all Cottonwood. Right over here, basically on the east side of Anderson is Cottonwood. And then you've got this pocket over here, and these homes here also have nice, big, spacious lots. And so this one on Antelope is 2,196 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, just over half an acre. So another great option if you are wanting a little bit of space. Okay, let's look at this one, is a little bit more affordable. This one's on Belair Drive, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, 1,460 square feet. So of course now we've gone a lot smaller on 1 acre. So let me just show you where Belair Drive is. This neighborhood, I'm just going to mark it all this right here. And I sold a home for my client's son right here on Glendale. These are nice, big, spacious lots. The other convenient thing about this neighborhood is that it's fairly close to NAS Whiting Field. So if you happen to work at NAS Whiting Field, then this would be a good option for you. And so right here, we're in Milton. I just wanted to show you, this neighborhood is off of Dogwood. So Dogwood is also known as 89. And then over here, Stewart is right over here. And the two intersect basically right here. And then I wanted to show you Whiting Field is very close. So right up here, you've got NAS Whiting Field. So if we were to do directions from this neighborhood to NAS Whiting Field, basically puts you at about 5 miles and just under 10 minutes. So pretty close, more affordable option. But of course, you did see that we went down on the square footage. Okay, let's look at this neighborhood here, Breckenridge. This is a nice neighborhood, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2,400 square feet, just over half an acre. This neighborhood is not very big at all. So let me just pull it up. And so it's pretty small. You come in here on Grandwood, and then it's all right here. So it's a fairly small community, which is nice. Most of the lots in there are just over half acre. Willard Norris is going to be your biggest main street here. And then I did want to show you from here, just so that you kind of have an idea of where we're at. Let's look at your nearest grocery store would be the Publix over here on Dogwood. So from Breckenridge to the Publix, you're looking at 1.6 miles and approximately 5 minutes. So that is for a home that's $375,000 on just over half an acre. This one is half acre lot, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 3,415 square feet. Let me show you on the map where this is at. Okay, there's the 5 Points Publix. So you could see from this neighborhood, and Ashley Plantation is, oh, where's my pen? Okay, is basically all of this. All of this in here is Ashley Plantation. So this is a bigger neighborhood. The front area of the neighborhood has smaller lots, definitely that patio home style that I was talking about. And then this neighborhood has several sizes. They've got some half acre lots, they've got 1 acre lots, and then they've got some that are bigger 2 acre lots. So if you wanted a home in Ashley Plantation, then you're looking at approximately, for a half acre lot right now, is going for about $660,000. Beautiful home. And they just did a $15,000 price reduction. So from this neighborhood to, I want to show you how to get from this neighborhood to Pensacola. So you would be coming down Quintet, is this street way up here. So you would be coming down Quintet, and then you would be coming down Woodbine Road. You would cross the bridge here, and then basically as soon as you cross Escambia Bay over here, once you cross and you're over on this side, this is now Pensacola over on this side. So it's picked a spot, way downtown, and it's showing it at 20, anywhere from 20, depends on where you're going, 23 miles to 28 to 31 miles. Now, if you happen to work in Cantonment, keep in mind that there is the option to go Quintet and go over this way if you're going over to the cantonment area over here. So that is also another nice option about living in Pace. And then I do want to point out that one of the complaints I hear from people that live right off of Woodbine is that the traffic gets a little bit hairy here. So this, and I used to live right over here in Stonebrook, which is a golf course community. So when I first moved here in 2005, I lived there for 5 years. I love the neighborhood, but this whole area has seen a lot of growth. And because of that, it's just put a lot more cars on the road there. And so it definitely seems to get congested in the morning, people going to work, and then in the afternoon, evening, people coming home from work. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's look at another neighborhood. So this one is Cedar Key Drive. This one is for sale, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2,630 square feet, again on a half-acre lot. This one is located in Magnolia Glen in Milton. Great community. This one was built by 3 different builders. So it started off that it was a timberland community. And so it's located right here off of Pine Blossom Road. And it's all of this here. So when this community started off, like I said, it was timberland homes, and then Timberland sold some of their lots to Flynn Built and D.R. Horton. So you've got a mix in there of Timberland homes, D.R. Horton homes, and Flynn Built homes. This is a gated community. There are no special amenities here other than the gate. Community mailbox up at the front. This neighborhood does have an HOA. And as you can see here, for $479,900, you can get a 2,600 square foot home on half an acre there. So this one is, just to back out on the map a little bit, this is in Milton off of Pine Blossom Road. And if you're looking for a great church, I go to Pine Terrace. I'm going to make a plug for our church. It's a phenomenal church. Love our pastor, Pastor Nathan Brown. Okay, so you can see here, Pine Blossom Road runs off of Willard Norris. And if you remember that if you take Willard Norris over, you've got the Publix right over here in this plaza here. And then let me just show you, if you want to go to downtown Milton, because there's always cool stuff happening in downtown Milton. There's live music all the time. That's going to be right down here on Willing Street. So if you're looking for a great restaurant, the Blackwater Bistro is there. My absolute favorite pizza place is right here, Boomerang Pizza Kitchen. And my friend Deb owns it. And I've told her, like, she has ruined me, because if I ever go anywhere else and I decide to get pizza, nothing else ever compares to their pizza. Their pizza is so good. And I consider myself a pizza snob because I'm from Toronto, where we had tons of Italians and tons of great Italian restaurants, great pizza. So 2 great restaurants there for you to check out. Okay, let's go down to something a little bit more affordable. We've got something here on Dean Drive. It's a smaller 2-bedroom. This was probably customized because most of the homes right in this little pocket are 3-bedroom homes. But for example, this one's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home, 1,500 square feet on just over a half acre. Now we're going back to Pace. I'm just jumping back and forth, you guys, between Pace and between Milton, because I mean, they're pretty synonymous. I mean, whether you live in one or the other. I live in Milton. I've lived in Milton for 10 years, and my first 10 years I lived in Pace, and I love both. So either way, but this neighborhood, Dean Drive, is right off of Highway 90. So Highway 90 is your main road that runs all through Pace. Okay, and then Dean Drive is right here. So this whole little pocket around here, I'm trying to think, okay, not Winterdale and Autumndale, those turn into quarter-acre lots. But I'm going to say probably like all around here, this will be bigger lots. And so the cool thing about here is that you're super close to everything. So from here, lots of shopping right here. So to PetSmart, it's showing at just under 2 miles. And so you've got a Target, you've got a PetSmart, you've got Publix, Home Depot, you've got a theater, Walmart's over here, Chick-fil-A, Lowe's is over here. Pea Ridge Elementary is right in here as well. Great school. I love Pea Ridge Elementary. Office Depot. There's an Aldi there. There's lots and lots of different shops right here. So that's the cool thing about Dean Drive, is that you would be close to everything there. Okay, so let's see. We've looked at Cedar Key. We've looked at Dean Drive. Let's jump into my old neighborhood. So I used to live, I mentioned, in Stonebrook. When I first moved here, I lived here for 5 years, and Stonebrook has some beautiful lots. This is a golf course community. The golf course is public, so you don't have to join the golf course if you don't want to. But here's an example of a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. 3,400 square feet on just over half an acre for $799,900. So here's the overview. You could see, let me think, so you're going to come in from right over here on Cobblestone Drive, and then the neighborhood splits off and goes right this way on Sandstone, or it goes left. This is the newer part of the neighborhood, this South Fork, South Lake area. So at some point, this used to be a little par 3 golf course, and then they sold it off and they built South Lake there. So the rest of the neighborhood, it runs all around here. Okay. Okay, I might have gone too far. Wood Duck is not part of the neighborhood, but I went a little bit too far that way. So beautiful neighborhood. That particular home that I showed you was not on the golf course, but if you want to be on the golf course, there are definitely homes here on the golf course. Here, when you first come in, has some smaller, and then even Kingsmill has some smaller patio home lots, and then Village Green right here. This area here, I'll just call it 1 and 2. This has smaller lots. So if you were looking for a patio home lot and you wanted to be in Stonebrook, that is possible. And then over here on South Lake as well, this area I mentioned here, those are smaller lots as well. I mean, super convenient because you've got the Publix right across the street. Now, keep in mind, this is, of course, driving down Woodbine Road, which is the road I mentioned does get a little bit congested. So just be prepared for that if you decide you want to live in Stonebrook. Okay, Gentle Rain is a newer community. This was built by Flynn Built, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 1,900 square feet, half-acre lot for $389,900. This neighborhood is, well, you could tell on the map, it's still like the older view. Google hasn't updated the map to show what the neighborhood looks like with homes. So it's a smaller neighborhood. It's right off of Martin Road, which runs off of Willard Norris. And then if you want, again, your nearest Publix from here is going to be the one over in Milton, which is going to put you right at 4 miles and 7 minutes. So really cute little community. And if you like newer homes, Flynn builds a beautiful new home. And they've got sizes ranging from, I'd say maybe in this neighborhood, their smallest home might be around 1,800 square feet. And then they go up to about 2,600 square feet. So really, really cute community there. Let's look at another neighborhood. So we've got, this is a small neighborhood. This is Whitley Estates. One street in, one street out, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2,772 square feet, half-acre lot. And this one is over in Pace. And so as you can see here, again, an older view, you just one way into the neighborhood, and this is pretty much it. So not a ton of homes in this neighborhood, but they are beautiful homes and they're newer. So I don't have too many more to show you. So Indian Hills, this is a neighborhood off of Woodbine. When you come in, here is Highway 90 right here. And this is basically coming in over the bridge. Let me zoom out just a little bit more. Okay, so you're coming over the bridge from Pensacola, you're coming into Pace, and then you are taking that first left onto Woodbine. This is Woodbine Road right here. And then you've got, you've got Indian Hills right in here. So not a huge neighborhood. And here's an example of a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom home, 2,300 square feet on half an acre. You could see that they've got a little detached garage as well as a garage right in here. But this neighborhood is convenient if you want to get back to Pensacola quickly. And then from here, you could either choose to go to the Publix Walmart that's along 90, or you could go north to go to the Publix that's at 5 Points. So you're kind of like in the middle between the two. So you have a little bit of option there as to which one you go to. Another neighborhood I want to show you is going to be, we're going to head back to Milton and look at Mountain Laurel. Now this neighborhood is in Garden Brook. This neighborhood was built in around 2005. So this neighborhood is off of Hamilton Bridge Road, and it has one way in, one way out. And so this is neighborhood right there. And then you'll notice if you were to go to, actually, I do want to show you. I want to show you because this is kind of interesting to how you're going to get. So let's say you were going to go to Lowe's. So I want to show you that on the map. So from this neighborhood, they built, okay, so you're going to come along Hamilton Bridge Road. And then this is a new road that was built, I want to say last year. It's called the Pea Ridge Connector. And so you could take the Pea Ridge Connector to get to Highway 90. I love this because in the past, if you lived in this area, you had to drive all the way over to East Spencer Field, or you had to go the other way, all the way over to Glover to get to Highway 90. So this is nice because it's a solution right in the middle. And then here's all those shops we were talking about. If you need Walmart, PetSmart, Target, TJ Maxx, my favorite store, has my heart. I love TJ Maxx. So that puts you at 3.5 miles, 10 minutes. So super close. So 495,000, you get a fairly spacious home, 3,100 square feet. Okay, now I'm going to take you back to Pace to Roland. This neighborhood is Woodbine Springs Plantation. This is a beautiful neighborhood here. Comes in off of Woodbine. And has 2 entrances. You can come in either here or you can come in either here. And this is the whole neighborhood here. Okay. So really cool thing is it has this beautiful spring-fed lake right here, which you can either canoe, you can kayak on, you can have a paddleboard. What I love about this neighborhood is that it has a cute little playground. Actually, if we zoom in enough, can we see it? Oh no, let me think. Which way is the playground? Yeah. And sometimes I used to take my kids over to this playground. So really cute community. Fishing is great here. Actually, the ground is right here. You can see it has this little platform here where you can come out and fish right there. So really nice community, fairly close to everything, whether you want to go to 5 Points to the Publix there, whether you want to come down to 90 to go to like the Home Depot Lowe's area. And so for this neighborhood, you can get a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, 2,800 square feet, just over half an acre for $561,000. Now, this neighborhood was built in the 80s, in the 90s, mostly in those years, early 2000s, but a lot of the homes have seen renovations. So that's a beautiful established community with mature trees. And then let me take you to the last one that I want to show you. And of course, keep in mind, there's a ton of communities in the area, but today I really just want to focus, help you see the different options if you're wanting that half acre or a little bit more. So you've got Wallace Lake Road here, which is super, super long, and it runs right off of Chumuckla. So this is Chumuckla Highway right here. They built a new school here. You've got a Piggly Wiggly grocery store, Marcus Point. I don't know if they've built their church yet or they're meeting here, but I know people that go there and just absolutely love it. But you've got Wallace Lake Road here, and these are beautiful 1-acre lots. So for $495,000, you can get a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, 2,200 square feet on 1 acre. And pretty much all of the homes on Wallace Lake Road are 1 acre, unless you get further down towards the end of Wallace Lake Road, then those get bigger in terms of like, I think I had a couple buy a home and it was like 4 acres down towards the end of Wallace Lake Road. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I realize we went kind of long, but I just wanted you to see that there are different options if you are wanting something with a little bit more space. So if you have any questions, if you are thinking of moving to the area, if you are looking to sell your home, all of my contact info is down below. Feel free to call me, text me, or I'm happy to set up a Zoom meeting. Thanks so much for joining us today. Take care.